the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They start the drive with Cook. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Rodgers now to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. This goes out wide for Mixon. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joe Mixon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Cook, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. James Cook taking it in from 7 yards away, and the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I've warned against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Lions at 9-3 here on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Brissett. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. There's Rodgers to throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. On play action, now Rodgers. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And Gay knocks this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 42 yards. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Gold with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going into halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cole Kmet as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he's got it inside the 10. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Play fake. Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by the look from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
On third down, Brissett. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that have better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's a goal line. Brings up second and 5 at the Vikings 46-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Up the middle, it's Cook. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Cook up the gut. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they wind up getting 13 there on fourth down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Aaron Rodgers, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to Mixon on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Really nice effort and an even nicer stop from Marcus May there. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go play action with Brissett. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Brissett. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And this one is incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Back to the ground, this time Cook. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Third down. Here's a run by Cook. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. On the move to his left. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feeder down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And some room to work. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. 83 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Gay's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd and 5. Now Brissett. And he's got this to Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. Here's Brissett. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Brissett. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Minnesota, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's a loss that could have implications on the play.